Welcome back, everybody. If you are listening to the music, you would understand that we're going to be speaking about food. Well, we're actually going to be speaking about nutrition itself, and the question is, what's on the menu? Joining me from Tandy, it is Cherice Bronte Tinkew, who's the Vice President of the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Nutritionists and Dietitians, better known as Tandy. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning, Carrie.
It's great to have you with us again, and we're going to get a little specific with the role of registered dietitians and public health nutritionists. So first off, how does one become a registered dietitian or public health nutritionist?
Okay, so a person has to obtain a degree in human nutrition or human nutrition and dietetics, specializing in nutrition with human ecology, and this is a bachelor's degree. And once you successfully complete that, you then go on to complete the internship or advanced diploma. Now, this diploma, it includes different practicums, so it takes you to different health institutions. These include hospitals, they include health centers, they include communities, non-governmental organizations, food service management. So you learn a wide range of different topics and you get into the environment. So you're actually working alongside persons who are registered to enhance that education that you have gained. And once you complete this, then you could be registered as a dietitian. Some persons go on to become a public health nutritionist,
right?
And that's where they complete a master's degree in public health.
And there are a number of people, it has been reported, that they start these businesses and call themselves nutritionists, and they do consultations privately and such, but they're not necessarily registered. What would you recommend the public look for when it comes to seeking the counsel of somebody labeled as a dietitian or nutritionist?
So we are registered with a board, that's the Trinidad and Tobago Nutritionists and Dietitians Board, and we all have a registration number. We also have an ID card with a photo, and it's updated every year. So you're going to see that year, and you're going to see our registration number. So this is what distinguishes us from the persons who are not qualified. And you could always confirm with the board or even our association where we could send you to the right persons accordingly.
So just for clarity, it is not recommended whatsoever that the public goes and seeks the counsel of somebody who is not a registered dietitian or nutritionist.
Yeah, so you have to safeguard yourself. We are the only persons to actually practice medical nutrition therapy. So let's say if you have a health condition and you're taking medication or you're doing treatment, we are the persons who are trained, qualified to deal with such. So for example, we could basically tell you how much carbohydrates is needed every day in order to manage your blood sugars. So we are giving you evidence-based practice.
Wonderful. Now, who are the registered dietitians or public health nutritionists?
So we are found in many different locations. Majority of us are found in different hospitals across the country. That's where you mostly find us. But there are several of us who have private practices. There are some of us who go into the food industry. We do a lot of research on new health and nutrition products. Some of us are educators, so we teach the ones who are coming up. We also have ones who are policymakers. Those are the public health nutritionists.
Right.
So they look at the health of the population and not just the individual.
Now, as you mentioned, policymakers are registered dietitians and nutritionists, the food police.
Yeah, so most people would know us about know the joke about us being food police. We're the ones who will tell you, eat this and not that.
Right.
But there's so much more to us. We do a full in-depth dietary assessment. We're going to be the ones who are going to ask you, what you're eating, how you're eating, how you're cooking it, if you have access to safe food. We're also the persons who are going to, analyze your social economics.
Right.
We could always advise you on what is the best intervention based on our nutrition diagnosis.
Now, walk me through the process of a consultation. What can we expect?
So you can expect several sessions as well. So the first session, you usually have a lot of your measurements taken. You would have basically like your height, your weight. We would do the full dietary assessment. We'd also get a history from your doctors or your medical notes if we're in hospitals. And this is where we would gather like information on your treatments, your medication. We would ask you, if you're monitoring your blood sugar or your blood pressure at home, if you have those health conditions to be concerned about. We'd also have like an intervention where we're doing goal setting. So it's individualized. It's going to be something that is tailored to you in order to help manage your health condition better. And just to note that there are a wide range of health conditions that are nutrition related. So there's eating disorders, there's cancer, there's kidney disease, there's irritable bowel syndrome. There's several different nutrition related health conditions that we are qualified to deal with.
Wonderful. And again, as you said, the being registered is very important, and the public should seek after nutritionists and dietitians who are registered. And with that, though, I want to thank you for clearing up, some of the myths and some of the misconceptions behind the profession, and find ways in which we can identify the proper registered professionals who can give us sound counsel when it comes to nutrition. I want to thank you so much, Cherice, Bronte, Tinkew, for joining us this morning and representing Tandy, of course. And, as Cherice said, look out for those registration numbers and get to those who are registered and on the board and with the Tandy as well, to ensure that you have sound advice from those who are qualified to do so.